Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. It is 1:30 p.m. in the beautiful Tampa, Florida. My name is Rosie Paulsen. I'm the owner of Rosie Paulsen Enterprises. Now, I'm trying to get this new trying to work with my video live here. I haven't been live, I guess, since they did the update. So I am trying to wake and make sure that everything was gonna do fine. But of course, nothing works the way I want it. One thing that you will know about me, my love-hate relationship with technology. It's something that I cannot live without, but I am the worst person when it comes to that. So let me tell you, I am so excited to be part of this Transform Mastermind group. I do want to give a shout out to my really good friend. I met with her this morning, Laura Hafer. Hi, Laura, how are you? And this presentation with Laura is what we work on this morning in her transformational coaching session with me. So, one of the benefits of the group is that you get that 45-minute coaching session with Laura. So, thank you, Laura, for all your help. Her and I came out with a few things that I wanted to share with you, and a little bit so you can understand. This year, 2020, God gave me a word, and it's clarity. One of the things that I was struggling with my brand is brand quality. I'm sorry, brand uh, um, clarity. I started using social media for my business probably in 2015. And depending on the platform I was using at that time, it was creating a different message for each platform. So by doing that, I have followers in Instagram, I have followers in Facebook, I have followers in LinkedIn, and they all had different ideas about me. So this year, I decided that the clarity of my brand is going to be to make sure that we are on the same place. Hey, Elena, how are you? Thank you so much for being here. Another person that I do want to give a shout out is Steve Zapato here in our area. He's the one that brought me into the group. So again, I'm grateful for these resources. All right, so a little bit about myself. I am originally from Ecuador, South America. I came here about 31 years ago. Coming from a third world country, I was always an overachiever. I always wanted to do the best that I can do, being the firstborn too. However, I was a girl. And because I was a girl, I was put in a box where girls couldn't play soccer. One day I went to the place where all my friends used to play soccer, except me. And all the boys were playing with this young girl who happened to be American. And I asked him, what's the difference between her being a girl and me being a girl? Why you guys are playing with her and not with me? And their answer was, well, she's an American. So what I did at that time is I befriended her, which is one of my qualities. And I found out from her that her family was a missionary. Her father was a pastor, and their mission was to go to Ecuador and minister to many of us. So I came running to my house and I told my parents, okay, that's it. I know how I'm going to be able to play soccer with no problem. I need to move to the United States and meet this guy named Jesus. So I call myself a survivor to a thriver. Why do I call that a thriver? If you guys have read the Miracle Morning book, there is a terminology that they use there that is a gap focused. When I was little, I did not know any better, but I learned that being a thriver and my leadership skills is what got me going and focusing on what I wanted to do. So the next thing I found out in my life is that I was brought to the United States by God, because really, how lucky I am that I can be here coming from a third world country. Why me? When I found that I give myself to the Lord, one of the first things I asked him and I prayed for was, make me the godly woman you want me to be. And however, if you want to please give me a job, give me the following things. Lord, please let me share your knowledge. Let me help others. Let me speak Spanish, because at that time I wasn't speaking Spanish. And by the love of God, please don't make me a salesperson. Well, little did I know, he sent me as a missionary to the marketplace, and I help business owners succeed. But at that time, he put me to do a Medicare information of Medicare, helping Medicare recipients with their options. So I was like, I've never had an insurance license. I never had an insurance policy. I never even sold anything. But now I understand that my purpose was to become the Medicare matchmaker. If I match the right policy with the client and their needs, the marriage lasts forever. And if they last forever, I get paid every single month. So even though I was a salesperson, I asked for not to be a salesperson, I did not consider myself as a salesperson. I was more of an educator, using a need that people have to match them with the correct plan. Found my purpose. Finding my purpose, I realized that I needed to use a tagline, which it was the persistency that kept me going every single day. So I came up with my tagline. This is my personal one: pure, positive, inspiring ideas. So I was a go-to person in my area where people will go to find the answers. And of course, you can see that I am Hispanic and I'm a woman. And although I did not want to be put in that box, it was not me that put me in that box, because the reality is my market is a traditional market. However, people's perception saw me as a Hispanic woman. So that's when my professional trailblazer and persevere continue, because I wanted people not to see my gender or my heritage. I wanted them to see the professional woman that can give them the options and the avenues that they needed for their Medicare needs. I continued to be so successful about this. In 2015, I created my company, Rosie Paulsen Enterprises, where I passionately help business owners and entrepreneurs succeed. How do I do that? Because I have a very strong presence in social media and in my area as the go-to person, people came to me to kind of solve their problems, or if I can introduce him to somebody. And nowadays, I see their journey as an entrepreneur, where they are, where they want to be, how they can get there. And I share my 4 Ps, which they're purpose, persistence, perseverance, and pivot. Well, if I'm teaching you that system, I will have to pivot. Well, that's one of the things that I did. So once I was successful in Medicare, I thought people had to, I also help business owners to be successful. I realized how I can give back to my community. So I became a commissioner for the Commission on the Status of Women. This is the Florida Commission on the Status of Women. It is an appointed position by the cabinet member, and in my case, my appointed authority is President Bill Galvano from the Senate of Florida. And the commissioner is a nonpartisan entity. We are not advocates, but we do have a voice of what affects Florida women. So we have a report once a year that we share with the local Tampa, and this year we'll be even going to national. I'm also part of the City of Tampa Equal Business Opportunity Advisory. Tampa is the third largest city in Florida, and one of the 10 most 10 places where people move because of their because of our community, and because we are the next Silicon Valley of technology. So this year I decided to put all that together and publish my own book. And I know you're gonna hear and gonna say, what? But the name of the book is Ñeque, the spirit of a resilient mindset. The spirit of a resilient mindset. Ñeque is a Quichua word from Ecuador, where the person that is called a ñeque, or a person that has ñeque, is a person that has this resilient spirit. As an entrepreneur, you and I have that spirit. We are right now going through something that is changing our whole industry. However, as business owners, we are front and center of, we are leaders and we need to adapt. And I heard this quote for a friend of mine, and I want to leave you with this. The quote is, entrepreneurs and business owners are the powerful and adaptable leaders of the world. You are the powerful and adaptable leader of the world. Thank you so much for spending this time with me to get to know me. I am going to share my social media platforms so you can connect in Facebook. But one thing I want to ask you to do for me today, will you subscribe to my YouTube channel? And I promise I was going to have a presentation with all this. However, the time was not feasible. So I will promise, my promise to you today, and I kept saying promises too many times, that I will do this presentation again with a PowerPoint where you guys will be able to understand exactly who I am. Thank you so much for this time. Thank you to Elena, and have a wonderful day. Bye.